Hello and welcome to the 13th episode already. We are 1570 and our empire is pretty sprawling here. And yeah, so I don't think we have really any enemies left which we need to fight. Of course, we still want to recreate our borders, so we have to go into England and the Rhine-Danube border. But I'm going to take a bit more time now. So just relax a bit, because we don't need to rush anything here. What I want to do right now is I want to stop my missionaries here. So we are going to record all of them to see... not to see, but there's one thing we need to do. And it has to do with our culture spread here. So what we can see here is that everything is proceeding nicely. However, there are some things which we need to fix, and that's most in particular these sunny provinces here, a little bit of Egypt, and the eastern ones here, which we need to get rid of to enable our culture spread. But also, the autonomy is relatively high in these bits here, due to the fact that they still have a lot of autonomies, religious autonomy, from minorities, because they are mostly Catholic still. I think this one... it's fixed already, so it's just high autonomy because it's very remote. Yeah, it's in the mountains here. So, what we want to do here is send our missionaries here to these provinces for a while by hand. That we can therefore make sure we get these ones converted. And afterwards, when these ones have been converted, we are going to assign to minorities again and focus on these bits which we need with priority here. Oh, something immediately finished. That's interesting. Ah, this one over here. Yeah, apparently that's finished. We also have some influences from the Reformation, which is still ravaging Western Europe. But yeah, we're not going to be concerned about this in any way. Okay, some stuff apparently has updated in between. But yeah, this province here is of most importance here, due to the fact that if this one can culture convert, it can spread to Sirtiki here, which can then go west and so on. The same here, which already are Orthodox, but we need to get rid of the minorities to drop down the autonomy to get our cultures here spread into Italy as well. The eastern side here is already working nicely, but we need to get the southern bits of Italy now going. So that's going to be our focus here. Oh, what's that? Bureaucratic influence. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this one. Of course, what else are we going to do? We do have some loans left from last time. And when this is done, so we're going to progress forward in a second. We're going to build up some harborages here. Due to the fact that we have a really good autonomy here in the eastern bits. But there's stuff we can improve. So for example, the Tunis here. We're going to improve Genoa and Venice here. And then Sevilla over here to get the communication efficiency into the Far East. So probably Lisbon and Sevilla here. And maybe something on Morocco, but I'm not sure where yet. But first of all, we are going to repay our loans here to get rid of all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, we have started on pushing our state reach up. So we are at 72%. We need to get to 80% for the next patch of reforms. So that's also our goal here, because we want to do these kind of things here, which are going to reduce corruption even further and make us even more modern. Maybe we can, because we just got the bureaucratic influence, I think I'm going to do this one here, the tax reform, because it also gives us state reach passive. And we make the elites weaker by they getting less tax. Let's do this. Just this one. Here we go. That's behind this dude. Oh, that was a tax relief, not a grain dole. Fine as well. Yeah, because we want to get below 75% of nobility power due to the fact that we want to do the military reform here. I talked about that earlier. I think in episode 12, I'm not sure. Some days ago, I had to take a break. To get the feudal levies disabled, which will provide the nobility with a lot more wealth. Because they don't have to pay for the military anymore. So they can invest that into infrastructure as well. And with that said, I'm going to speed forward a bit here. Because in the end, we are just going to continue integrating one of our vassal here. We're going to save up a little bit of dip for the bureaucratic reforms which are on the horizon. And we are going to convert stuff here. And if anything happens, I'm going to point that out, of course. Very well, here we are again. And I've been progressing nicely with the missionaries here. So we have now converted the eastern bits here and some straggler provinces like this one here. But also I have started, or rather almost finished this one here. So we are going to wait until this one is done. And then we are going to set up missionaries for the passive conversion again. So we just got the Canaries integrated. So we don't need that troop here. And also we integrated Mallorca here. So this coast is now ours. And with that, we are down to 5 of 7 relations. And now we can actually consider what to do next again. And I already know what we are going to do. So we are going to prepare to take over Savoie. Where's our main fleet there? Here. Oh, it never repaired. Interesting. Forgot it apparently over there. Also, meanwhile, I've queued up a harborage level 4 here in Genoa and in Tunis. Also here on Palermo. I'm now going to also build amenities in Palermo. And now afterwards I'm going to save up some cash because I think... I mean, wait a second. I want to... Let's see... Urban population, exactly. Yeah, so I'm working on these ones here. I'm not going to start here yet. Can improve on those. And on this one, of course. But I think we need something here in Hungary that can only be... I know, wait a second. There are a lot of provinces which are equal to this one. Okay, so 14k. I think we're going to build this one up here. Why? Because Belgrade is in a really nice position on the Danube River section. And we can get from there into Hungary. So first of all, we are going to save up for amenities 2 here. Yes. And we are going to then afterwards invest into the urban industries here. Yep, and then afterwards we build also harborage amenities 3 and a harborage 3 and get this city off the ground here. We should have done this earlier, I guess, but well, not too important. Quite fun fact, Russia is going ham here in the east. I'm going to let them because they can start converting everything for us. Then I don't need to bother with that. Now, to improve our culture conversion here, we are going to... Oh, we can expand here. We are going to target specific regions, like this one. Also Naples. And do we just want to... Oh, wait a second. This one here. That's Egypt, though. Nah, maybe that's a bit too much. But these ones here, we want to convert these ones. And the rest of Anatolia is if anything is left here. So let's pick them again here, like this. Also Greece. And I do think also here. This is a separate region, actually. So these ones here, I think. Well, let's also add this one up here. And these ones here. Just to lower our autonomies here in this region as well. Pennsylvania, yes, also. So we're going to... We're already spreading here, though. Yeah, we're already spreading into this one. So I guess Croatia here has to be picked as well. And then this bit here, yes. I think that's good for them. Wait, we need still... let's pick Egypt as well. And Syria as well. We have a lot of conversions to do here. And then here as well. To get the culture conversion. Because we're going to jump eventually here and here. And then these ones slowly get unlocked. Which we need to prepare for this. I don't want to fall behind on this front. I already fell behind. Doesn't matter. So, and now, we're going to direct the clergy again. We're going to organize them. 90% in the selected provinces. All 5 of them. They're going to do stuff now. So we can get rid of them. The pins again. And go back to the Serbian part here. There we go. So that should solve everything in the next 50 years in regards to culture conversion. Ooh. Of course, we're going to sell that. So from there, we can immediately build the amenities. And after amenities 2, we are going to prepare for 3. Yes, and we also go to invest 100 into Belgrade itself here. Perfect. Let's also do something in Constantinople, which is growing by 2.5k. Yeah, that could be better. So let's do... Yeah, throughput is relatively high. There we are. Going to do this once again. And next month again. I'm also curious, how is commerce here? It's almost maxed out, so we should invest into commerce here quite a lot. Yeah. I think we should really invest a lot of money into commerce here. So we are up to 485 size. And it's massively profitable. Yeah, let's get more. We can get a lot more here. So let's see. We are... Population... Yeah, we are only at 5.7 thousand burgers here. So that's far from maximum. Okay, and now, in regards to Savoie, we're going to just full annex them. Actually, let's move one army over. Yeah, let's move one army over here. We're going to save some dip for the moment. We are at 76% state reach, so let's do one more. Expand the bureaucracy here. Ooh, that cost us a stability point. But let's extend grain dole here again. Yep. what we need to do soon, because the noble power is not falling quickly enough, is we have to do a demote here. So demote greater nobility is necessary, at least once here, to get the reforms unlocked that we need. Maybe even 2 times. Not sure right now. Yeah, not going to be enough. So we lose 5% from this one. Yeah, we have to take this soonish. So we are going to wait for interactions to go off cooldown to counter the loss of loyalty on the nobles here. Yeah, I think this war is relatively boring, because they don't really stand a chance here. But fine. So we're just going to take them out here. Of course, we have also a lot of vassals here which can help us. But in the end, this is going to be relatively boring. Let's call it like this. We don't need TF3 advisors currently. Let's take level 2. Should be more than sufficient here. Yeah, let's just jump forward. This was relatively straightforward. And talk about the consequences when we make a peace deal. Okay, the war was relatively quickly. We can even kick out Lorraine first. Take some money and make them orthodox here. Oh, we dropped in war score actually. Well, unfortunate, but so be it. The thing is, we are going to get quite a coalition from this. However, I don't think we care. So we got the capital right there, 93%. Yes, full annexation. We take some cash alongside it. And we get 35 prestige. So we can actually put like a bit into champagne, whatever. And take the full annexation here. Bye-bye. There we go. Perfect. I don't think we need to attack anything right now. I mean, the question would be if we want to attack Milan now. That would be an option. But there are 2 things I want to do. So, come on. Let's finish the rebels here. There we go. So we are going to, of course, release Savoy again. So we don't have to actually care about the provinces here. There we go. Vassal state. Perfect. Perfect. And now we can go here. And they are probably not really loyal. No. It's fine though. We could just send them influence here. Here we go. And now. Oh, we do have cash. Didn't notice. So amenity 3. And now the average for our new city in Belgrade. They can't build more. Okay. In this case, we have to pick other topics. We could go after Milan right away. They are currently at war with Bayern Straubing. That will pull in Austria and Regensburg. We could, of course, annex both of them. But then we have again one relation too much. And I don't think we need to rush it here. course, we could also just not take Austria. So we just take Milan as a separate... Oh no, wait a second, they do have cores here, right? Yes, they do. But we could also go after Trent here. Both possible here. We could just take Trent and then make a new vessel. I mean, like, not create Milan, instead we make Trent again. And just feed everything into Trent here. I mean, why not, right? So we get Gors. So we get this solved. I think that sounds like a really good idea. So we could pull in... Oh no, we do it this way, right? If we take Milan. Like this, right? Yes. That would pull in Austria as well. We can just kick Austria out again. We don't need to annex Austria here. Sounds like a plan to me. Then we make a little bit smaller vessels here, just to not annex them forever. Yeah, I think that sounds great. Yeah, I think that sounds like a great idea here. Now, where are we? We need to get our power of the nobility down at all costs now. We don't want to afford a grand celebration there. But we would lose... Oh, only 25 loyalty actually. It's the stability hit which is hurting, of course, so... But let's do this. So we give them this one. Then when stuff comes available, we do other interactions again. And with that, I would say we immediately jump on Milan here. Oh no, wait a second, there was something else we need to do. We need to get rid of our king. So he is Constantopoulos, currently is the baffling buffoon, honest, and a hopeless spender. I don't like hopeless spender because of material cost per project. Instead, our heir is zealous, which is really useful what we are currently trying to do, because we are, as we see, converting a lot of minorities. Therefore, I would say we take the hit here, begin a new alignment. Of course, we go with the bureaucrats here. It's a bit sad that we lost our missionary from this, but I think that's worth it. Now we take, of course, this one, not the nobility guy. And we can just... I think a bit of military can't hurt. So some discipline is quite nice here. And now we just continue our North Italian campaign here. Now wait a second, we wanted to go after Trent. And then call in Milan. Like this. Bayern München. Asking myself right now if we maybe can just annex everything here. Then we wouldn't have an Austria, and Austria would be nice to just feed back into. We don't need to rush Austria, so let's just take Milan with Trent through the back door to avoid the course of Milan. And then see where that gets us here. So just kick Austria out immediately. And see where we are going to be here. We don't need to siege this one down right now. So let's get started on Lombardy instead. So can we get Austria out right away? Almost. Okay, there's the coalition as expected here. But I don't care. So we are going to push this coalition as high as we can. They're now joining because they are scared. Which is... oh, come on, really? He immediately disappears? Okay, then we have to take the aristocratic guy. Fine. Yeah, we're going to just continue here and finish this one up and create a new vassal state here. Like, as I just said. Well, here we are in 1587. We have recovered from the reform that we did recently, and I have been preparing for the next batch of reforms in the background. So currently we could promote the bureaucratic faction here, but I'm not going to do this as of now. We're going to need this to get to 40 bureaucratic influence, which we need for the reforms. However, I want to wait until the annexation is done before we blow up our corruption again. Therefore, let's just quickly wait out this year here. Oh, we could help our vassal here. So maybe we should do this. Yeah. And meanwhile, or in between, I have continued to build up stuff and I want to talk about it. So, as already mentioned, we are building up the harbораges, but I invested some cash into, this project. Did I do this one? I forgot already. Yeah, no, I built a city here. I built the city up, yeah, but I was considering to build pathing up here, but that was quite expensive. I'm going to do that eventually, but not right now. Instead, what I did is focused on this bit here. So we are building pathings here to get from our harborage here, which is level 3, which we have built up, I think, the last episode. And then we can, with the pathings, remove the communication efficiency, which is currently 31%, so really bad, here into Circassia, which is necessary. Eventually we have to extend the roads here into the east further, because eventually we want to annex this bit as well, but not right now. And also we have to do a similar project over here. And we want to get to Voronezh here. So I think we're going to build a road from here to here. Maybe. How's the river network here again? Let's see. Now, Voronezh is not on a river. So we need pathing here. And I think we are going to make a pathing from here through the Donetsk down here. And we also probably make some pathing from the river network of the... Is this a Don? I think this is a Don River, right? I'm not sure. I'm not super familiar with the river names here. To Voronezh as well. So probably we build up from Zaporizhia here to Donetsk or Voronezh here. But I'm not sure 100%, or maybe from Poltava. Something like that. And maybe later we even get Kiev and then make a connection here as well. But that's not too urgent here right now. So I think we are focusing on this one. And to get better autonomies over here. So we are trying to connect the realms which are complicated right now. So getting over here will be nice. Getting into this one will be nice. So probably be extending the pathing into these provinces as well here. Or at least to Kabadia. Because there's not a big difference between these two provinces here. And Kabadia is the bigger one. So maybe... Do I have something picked currently? Ah, yeah, garrison. Circassia as well. Yeah, okay, we can make it. Via garrison? Well, because we have a lot of manpower here, potential 37,000. And what I did last time, in between, is I checked my provinces here, sort them by manpower, and we do have Constantinople and Heliopolis up here. And then I was checking around which provinces have a lot of population. It's Circassia. We are currently not taking any manpower from there, but we will when the autonomy goes down. So that's why I want to get this improved. And also I made more garrison levels in Constantinople and Heliopolis, because, or they are under construction currently. So yeah, 30 levels of garrison are queued up, because this will make the manpower we are getting from there cheaper. And because we are going away from feudal levies, it will be most important now to reduce our recruitment costs as much as possible here. Ooh, this one is free. Wait a second. Let's improve relations here. Maybe we can just take Alani for us. Yeah, I think that's a very good opportunity to have a vassal in this region already. So let's quickly annex the rest here. Or not the rest, but the vessel that we are going after. And yeah, we are going to invest into our... Oh yeah, right, there was something else. Prestige, does it have an impact on... Yeah, it also has an impact on annexation costs. So when the annexation is done, we are going to disinherit our current heir because she's not good enough for my taste here. So now we're also going to plan the pathing level 2, I would say. Yeah, let's make... Oh, maybe even level 3. Let's do level 3 here. Let's see. Yeah, 1000, that's fine. So we're going to build pathing level 3 here as well. And I'm going to go through the edges of our territories here now. So for example, I also want to improve autonomy here and here. And also we need to build on our harbораges here. So to get these ones really nicely now. Because also we are getting rid of the religious minorities here. But also we need to work on the communication efficiency in these regions here. That's what I'm putting my money into right now. And also between that stuff, I'm also investing into amenities in a variety of cities. Like this one here, which I just showed already, which we are building up. I think I also started for this province here, some amenities, because they were all falling behind. And we are now in a status where we really want to push our growth further. But we also want to do our reforms, which is the main thing I want to show here right now, what we're going to risk, and let's see what it will lead into here. Come on, there we go. That's Navarra. We are going to get to disband these here. Ah yeah, we want to defeat these rebels here for our friend. And we can't disband, why? Ah, because there were rebels next to it. Yeah, okay. Done. Does he not have an army? Weird. Okay. So we have to state everything, of course, as usual here. And now we are in the position where we can consider doing the reforms. There we go. We are at 80% state. Oh, don't tell me we went below it. Oh no, we are still above it. Lucky for us here. Okay, and now we have a lot of stuff to do. Or available at least. We can't do the autonomy reform because we need to increase autonomy. That's another thing we need to do there. That would be nice to have there. What do we need for the next taxation reform? We need academia institution, that's a while away. Sovereign courts level 3. Sovereign courts. This one. Ah yeah, okay, so the one we can't do. Interesting. So what do we want to do here? The biggest hurdle for all of what we are doing here is state corruption. We are currently at 15% from laws, which we want to decrease here. And also state corruption is still a thing. The estates will get lower over time when we start cracking down on them further. This one would be nice because it gives a bunch of everything. Autonomy, provincial corruption, state corruption. Elite power from autonomy is also useful because we are trying to crack down. That's all quite nice. The elites really won't like this if I do this though. So the question is, how much can we afford? I would say like 20 to 40 loyalty. But this one, for example, doesn't cost loyalty. It only costs relation. So this one is definitely a must-have. This would cost 10 loyalty now. This one is 0.1 provincial corruption, which is a lot. But it also costs 25 loyalty. This gives us more state reach, which we don't necessarily need, but we would lose administration cost, which is nice. And admin efficiency, +5. That's a lot as well. I think this is something we do in the next batch of reforms, so... Because it only gives us 5 corruption. Oh, state corruption, 20 bureaucracy corruption. Okay, I take this back. So we need something which is really taking down corruption itself. This one is relatively easy on bureaucracy corruption, +5 only. But also only gives a little bit of state corruption reduction and bureaucratic influence there, which isn't bad. But we definitely want to reduce provincial corruption further, and the best reform for this is this one. I think we have to get it out of the way. Then we are already at 80% bureaucratic corruption. And 40, 60, 35. On the other hand, we are breaking our country anyway, so we could just... Ooh. We're going to have rebel problems. We could just do all of them. I mean, why not? So let's take all of them which give corruption. Let's be greedy here. So we take this one as well. We enact this one as well. We can't do this one because we don't have the military points left. Oh, this is a hefty one though. 20 bureaucracy corruption. This one also 20. These are all pretty juicy. Why can't we do this one? Oh, because of the autonomy, I forgot. So we can't do this one, which is the last really heavy one. So let's get this one out of the way as well. There we go. And now we don't have any loyalties left, so we are going to have a lot of hurt here. I think we need to do a marriage here, temporarily at least. Perform a show of devotion as well, and lavishly endow them to get these things up again. We are going to support commerce here, and we are also going to support autonomy once. There we go. So they're at 50 again, 30%. The nobility will be a problem. Yeah, that will be a really big problem. But we're also going to go broke over this, probably. So the next years, we are going to see all our income evaporize here. The question is, how deep into debt are we going to go? So that's a big question here. But fine. We can recover from this, and we will. So let's just see how bad it will be after the yearly tick. The big problem rather is that the force limit might drop significantly, which is something I want to avoid, but we can't. Ah yeah, we went over state. That also on top that we went over state cap from the annexation here. Great. Now we are going to... Ooh, minus 167 money. Ooh. That's expensive. We could consider to do a war. Like against Kazakh, for example. Oh, they have a lot of troops and I don't really want to have losses right now. We could attack... Oh no, they are against our coalition. I'm just considering if we maybe want to do a war for looting so that we get some money. Yeah, no. I think we are going to suffer through this here. Yeah, this is going to produce a lot of debt. But it's fine. Going down to this one, just +1 here. We could, of course, consider a measure to fight corruption. Like recall corrupted officials, maybe. For 10 years, we would get this measure. This would definitely lower our... Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Because that will lower our baseline tremendously. Or maybe that wasn't even necessary because we don't have corruption from laws anymore. Maybe that was unnecessary. But it will help ticking down the provinces though. So we just have to get rid of state corruption here now. And that would be it. Yeah, maybe we can vassalize something somewhere. I don't know where yet, but maybe... We could attack the east here, if we want to. I mean, why not, right? Would get us some money. But we could get the alliances here and the vassalization going. What? We have a core province from them? Oh, Ossetia. How much is that? 15 death. That's quite a lot. Do they lose it somewhere? Somewhere? No. Because it's their culture. Do we want to... We could sell it to them and then just vassalize them again. Potentially a solution. Al-Fadl here. Could we attack you? Yes, we could. And Mamluks, are they still super angry with us? No, the aggressive expansion has decayed. So we could attack southward here, for example, if we really want to. That would be an option. Just get some cash going. I think let's prepare for this. So our armies will move into the east here. And here as well. Yep, let's do this. We still have a mission for Eastern Armenia here, or the highlands of Armenia, which we need to do. And if we can prevent at least one loan from happening, that would be something. Of course, that's going to be not that easy. Yeah. Selling property here, of course, is also useful. So can we sell them Ossetia here? Because it's their... Yes, we could. Or... Wow, interesting. So something like this. And now we would even be able to vassalize them. Historical friend? Why are we historical friends with them? It's new to me. Come on. Oh, we could have already vassalized. So the money is gone. Great, great, great. They will pay for that treachery. We deal with them later. Yeah, I want the loyalty here. It's fine with me. There we go. What we need to consider though is what do we vassalize and how. So if we, for example, take out Al-Fadl here, do we have provinces from them? No, we don't. So we could just attack Al-Fadl, take the provinces, release them again, and therefore have a new vassal here for the other bit of the Levant. I think that's a good idea. Let's make a spy. No, I don't think that's worth it. Spy networks here. So instead we just attack Al-Fadl. Banu Tamim will join. This guy's down here. Oh, over here as well. And if we... We maybe want to attack Banu Tamim directly though. Al-Fadl will not join if they do this. So we can do separate wars against them. That sounds like a good idea. And then we can take this stuff here. Give it to Al-Fadl. Then we have to attack Rakonul for the bits over here. I think that's all possible. Yeah, let's do it like this. So we attack here. And you can go here. Then afterwards we attack Al-Fadl. Severe looting, because we need the money. And then we immediately start another war afterwards here. And there's the first loan. There we go. Second war. Let's get going. Are they in the war here? No. Is Derbent in there? No, not. Okay. Perfect. There we go. That's the first war here. Probably we are going to make this a relatively quick war just to get these provinces here. And then we rather start up here in the northeast again to solve the other part. Actually, it might have been smarter to just have one war goal here, or one war. Because I'm not sure how quickly we are going to see armies from the other side here. Now, let's see how our income balance is proceeding. Oh, it went up even. At least the corruption goes down. It's something. Okay. We go here. And then we proceed further inward here. Oh, there's an army. Let's take this guy here. Where are you going to run? So we can already piece out Al-Fadl here. Like this. Get some cash. Now we just need to probably find one army of... Let's go to Baghdad here and loot it. While we hunt this army down. Go there. Oh, did we vassalize them? Yes, we did. Okay, they're trying to run. Not going to accept this here. Sell more stuff. And that's 10% war score for us. Okay, who's at war with us here? It's just the southern bits here. Okay. Southern bits here. Good. So we can just leave that army there. Should be fine for the next war. And now we proceed further down the line here. Okay, they don't want to siege anymore. Okay, how much do we need to just take these 3 here? Or let's say these 4. Oh, we could already. Okay, we want more money. We want to buy time for us here. Everything that gives us cash is welcome. Perfect. So, how much can we get? 80. Let's go for war reps as well. Maybe that helps a bit. And we are... Oh, minus 112 only. So that's good. It's better than nothing. And we could just loot everything here if we want to. It's some money, I guess. Burgundy has arrived in the middle of the Arabian desert here. Quite funny. Sell, sell, sell. Take, take, take. Let's go to Basra down here. Loot, loot, loot what we can. Rajasthan is a vessel of Karakonyu. Okay. We are getting somewhere. They would accept this already. Yes, please. Okay, let's slowly move northwards again. And finish this. And then we continue with the next. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's not part of the deal apparently. And there we go. Okay, I want to give these bits here, Northern Arabia and Western Iraq, Eastern Syria, I want to give to Al Fadl here. Then I want to create another vessel over here, probably Armenia or something, to provide them with these things. How many slots do we have currently? That would be deciding factor here, because we can't go over our cap, because every dip point we currently make is worth it. So let's see. Oh, we only have 1 slot. Okay. In this case, we just... Okay, let's get out of here. We take Al-Qud here. And then we move our armies back to Tigris. And then we get out of the war already. And then, but the big question would be now, do we really want to attack here in the north? That's really worth it, because we don't have the vessel slot for this. So maybe we just attack the Mamluks here. And go south. And give them... Yeah, let's do this instead. So we attack the Mamluks here. So you... If we were to attack you, let's see. Dankali, Vasangali, Banu Kilab. Okay, that's all in the south. So these ones can also get down here into Egypt. We sell stuff. And let's actually go up to here. Take all the cash we can. There we go. 200. That buys us 1 month of time. Perfect. And we can then release Fadl again. Wait a second, 7 provinces? That sounds too much here. No, that's alright, okay. That's correct, actually. And separate state. There we go. And we just need to feed them 2 provinces here. And then everything is alrighty. Like these 2. Perfect. And then we jump on the Mamluks here. And yeah, this should be a separate vessel, else it gets too big. I mean, how much do they have currently? We should check the... Yeah, 24 only. We don't want to go over 100 here per vessel, because else the annexation takes too long for my taste. So let's go down here. Go here. And you go to Egypt, of course. Okay, where's the capital of the Mamluks currently? Oh, down there. Okay, they expanded into Ethiopia, apparently. So let's move the army down there as well. So you go here as well. I don't like this song. Okay, in this case, we just jump on them right now. 52,000 troops, not to worry about. So you go here, you go here, and you move to Savan. Who's that? Is that Alva still? Ah, Alva's still alive. We could befriend them long term. And yeah, he just didn't join. Which is not surprising because they are disloyal. And we are going into the next loan here. But at least we can see that the income balance is going down about 30-40 ducats per, let's say, year. So the income will rebound very quickly here. It's too expensive. We want all the loyalties that we can get currently. So you go to Egypt here. And we just want the capital ones here. Okay, we get loyalty for free. Nice. Anything. We take everything here. Okay. So we would need at least these provinces here. I don't really care about down there currently. So we are far away from this though. A grain dole is something we have to do again. For our stability to go up again. Oh, we have attrition here. So maybe go to Damascus instead. Yeah, I'm going to just continue here because we have to take down the corruption and we have to take 1, 2, 3 provinces here until we can make peace. But it's all not too interesting in the end. So let's jump forward a few years and get rid of some corruption here. Okay, a lot of years have passed since we are now finally in pretty good income here. So we have a 170 income plus now. And we can finally get started on repaying. This is the first loan I can repay. No, wrong button. 2 more are left here. Meanwhile, in between, I was expanding here into Hijaz a bit. Just to do something in between while waiting. And I also started the annexations of 3 of our vessels here. But what I want to do now, because we have income again, we can rate it out. What we can do now is do the next reform, which is going to be a career soldiery. So we finally get out of feudal levies forever. We are already on enlistment, but now we can get rid of the feudal participation of the nobility in our military here. So we are going to enact this one. And this costs us 40 loyalty and a bit of stability and legitimacy and so on. It's fine. So great success here, and afterwards we promote them. And I think that's all we can do currently. Yep. So anything else we are not going to provide them with right now. What I also want to do now is train our troops again. So we can get some generals here, at least 2, like this. Because we also have manpower again. That was also gone in between. Of course, some people are disloyal here on our vessels, but... I wanted to do tax in between. Right. These can be delayed, though. We are, of course, fully annexing 3. So Lyon, Savoie, and Trent here. And afterwards, after these 2 are done, we can probably go for the Danubian border here, which I want to focus on next year. And of course, the admin efficiency would be nice. I think we are going to take this one here because that decreases the annexation costs here. So, yep, jump to 86%, so that's a lot. I'm not sure where the next tech is with admin efficiency. 49 and 52. That's still a while away. Ooh, yes, 354. That's a good air. 12 in total. I'm happy to take that. There's a little bit of a problem on the global scale. Oh, Russia is expanding further west now. Yeah, Russia is going ham here. There's a following problem. We have no way of getting global trade currently. So the only way to get global trade would be to really get up to India to get this done. But I don't really feel like it. So I'm not sure if I want to do this. Just to get the institution here. And I don't think that Brittany or England is going to fulfill that for us anytime soon. Yeah, probably not. Oh, wait a second. Is there a condition for global trade? Is all of the following. After year 1600, commercialization embraced. Yeah, so that's the problem. You're not going to get this. We can't invent this. But maybe Brittany can. Maybe. I don't know where Brittany is right now. Our vessel here. So Brittany has provinces in America. Apparently also down here. Oh, down here as well. Do they have anything in Africa there? Nothing here in Asia. Yeah, that's a problem. Castile has reached it. Yeah, but Castile is no longer on Europe. Yeah, let's see if we can somehow find a way to invent this. By the way, our fleet here. Let's go into a harbor. Let's go here, actually. We don't need to modernize this, right? No, we don't. But we can shift our focus somewhere else. Wherever we are weak. Now, we don't have a merchant here yet, but I want to go into the channel eventually. Oh, wait a second. We could pirate the channel. We could privateer on the channel. Let's do this. Let's see how much we can get from this one. Perfect. Yeah, so now we have to see how our military reform will kick in and what it will change. Oh, tribes are now so weak that we probably can't interact with them properly anymore. Or can we still? No, it's not happening anymore. Which means that they are too weak now, even though we still have tribal provinces left and right. What we still need to do is the rural autonomy reforms to get rid of the nobility power from there. That would be very useful. And we also have to get to 70% to do the free peasantry, but also get them to aristocracy. So we have a lot of stuff to do on the nobility, which really will not like us anymore soonish. But we just have to get below 70% to do something with them. And I'm actually considering in the next episode to pretty much just accept it that they don't like us anymore. So that we just constantly reform on them. and push them out of power. Because if we check our corruption here, so the provincial corruption is going down still 2% per year. The biggest hit is nobility and state. State corruption, of course, is going down still pretty quickly, which is good. And we do have an autonomy modifier, which we are working on as well. But yeah, clergy and nobility burghers we can get rid of by mostly improving their loyalties here. Eventually we're also going to reform the clergy, but not right now. So what we need to do here, let's check the rights and reforms here. Russia wants access, we can give that to them. So after we have done the military reform, the next ones will only be more buffs to our army per se. Like less attrition, movement speed, and so on. That's not important here. We need the tenancy reform to have free peasants. And then we want to reform the nobility itself. So the rural governance. We are still on 3, which is really bad. But we didn't have the time and chance to do this earlier. So we push them to below 70%, then we can do aristocracy. And that's going to get rid of 10% gravity for them, so they will decay even faster afterwards. Combine that with the free peasantry, we'll get rid of most of their feudal dues here. And then we just need to get to 55% to get them to gentry already. And we could even go to freeholding here, if we get them to 35%. So the big question now is, how quickly can we get rid of nobility power? We just push them out of military now. Of course, we do have just the reform modifier here currently. Where is it though? There. And we have only 30% impact from this though. So we could consider to... I mean, the loyalty is bad anyway, so... we could just take the hit on stability here to push their power lower. Let's do this. Yeah, a lot of rebels pop up immediately. But I guess that's fine. Oh, we can repay more loans. The question is how our military will perform now with the new recruitment, but we will see only in a few years. So it will take like 5 years to initialize everywhere properly. So let's see. We have 26 military investment in conscription now. But it's not clear how much manpower and military that will yield in the end. Just due to the fact that it takes a bit of time until everything is initialized here. And here we go, that was Savoy. I'm going to remove this army there. We already have 105k. So that's a lot. Oh, we do have one province over there. What? Really? We have worms for whatever reason. Interesting. Is that within the... Let's see, is that within the Danube border? So regain Gaul is the next one. And then Danube and Rhine. Oh yeah, that includes Worms. Okay. We also have to go against Britain. I forgot we wanted to make claims here. I had a spy network running for a while at some point. And then I recalled it and forgot what I wanted to do with that. However, we can't make claim. Oh, we need to wait a second. So we have to guide our vessels here to make claims for us. So that they will do this eventually. So that we can get over there and finish the job. Now, with Savoy gone and Trent following next year, and then Lyon, we have Spain And northern Italy done. So the question is, do we want to integrate France next? The Burgundy, Champagne, Brittany. Yeah, I think we're going to force the Danube border next. For which we need to attack Austria though. But we can attack Bohemia instead, probably. We're going to wait some time, and it will all be in the next episode, probably. Until we attack into the HIE here. Because we don't want to fight a coalition here. We want to fight all of them separately. But then big pushes, more or less. Accept petition, of course, more loyalties are always nice. Yeah, I think I want to do this in one big go here. Hungary, how are you? You are separate, actually. I'm not sure how I want to handle Hungary there. We also need this bit for the Danube border here. Ooh, we could release Hali here. Then maybe feed them the western bits of Hungary and the eastern bits, I mean, and the western bits to Austria. That might work. Because I want to have more than the Danube border, I want the gold provinces here. So these gold provinces... Ooh, there was a massive plague here, apparently. Ooh. Yeah, 400,000. Ooh. Not good. Okay, do we see an impact from our road project here now? It's done. We have only pathing 2 though. I thought I made level 3 here. No, I only made level 2. Ooh. And so, but they're all done. We're only at 42% still. Gets from 286 to 286. Okay, but it takes the path we wanted to take from harbor here. And this one is at 68, 81. So we lose about 68 to 81, 23%, no, 13%. It's a loss of 13% from here to here, and then another loss of 68 to 42. So 26, 13, 26. So we definitely want to build this to level 3 here. But I think we have more urgent projects like this one, which we still want to do. And all the other pathing projects like in Anatolia and here in the Balkans. We definitely need to work on the Balkans as well. So we have a lot of stuff to do here. And we also want to fix Georgia here eventually. Because if we expand in this direction, we have a communication efficiency problem like crazy here. But we also need to improve the harborages in the rest to get our communication efficiencies there going. We have a merchant. Let's put him here. So let's check the map mode of communication efficiency before we end it for today. So 0% down here in Africa. That's something we also need to solve. Yeah, and 0% here in the east. That was to be expected. The big question is, how can we solve this? We do have a harborage. This one here? This one has a harbor. This can be a harbor here. So we can get pretty decent communication efficiency here. Wait a second, like this. So we need to build up Farsis and we need to build up Lasike to get into the east. Which means, let's start with amenities here. Done. This one is already nicely growing. Yep, so we have to build this one up. And then a harborage level 1 that would already get us pretty far. Wait for 1 month. Oh yeah, we can sell stuff again. And then we need pathings from Lasike into the east. So that's also a problem, I guess. Okay, now we can make the project here. Okay, and this one has still a lot of population capacity, so maybe because it will have a lot of work to do, we bump some money into it. These ones, okay. Yeah, they have about 100,000 or more population, but they need pathings urgently here. Yep, and the other question here in the rest is, of course, how do we get to the inner bits of the Sahara here? And we have a city here, pretty good one. We can use this one. We just need a harbor to get there. This one isn't a city, sadly. We have cities here, here. You could make a capital here. This one has a harbor. Yeah, so this, we can use these ones here. This one has a harborage, but no city. That's interesting. Maybe we should just make a city here. Respawn something like naval, so ship industry. And we start something like housewares here. Because then Trent is gone as well. Nice. Also, we have these small navies that we don't need. And this army that we don't need. And now we got Lombardy under our thumb here. Pretty good. Oh, we still have one more fleet here. So how much money do we make from pillaging 1.37? That's not worth it. That's definitely not worth it. So yeah, this is the problem we need to solve. I think we also have a city here in Bokanon, Marrakesh. Do we have cities over here? Yeah, we do have a city here. So we can work with harbor riches here to get something going inwards here. Definitely. We also long-term want a capital here in Tunis, which is really well off currently already, but we also need amenities 4 here by now to keep this one growing. Then plus capital, get a road pathings into here, get a capital here, build this one up, and probably down here 37k. Or Fez. We could also use Fez here, or Bricks. I don't think we need too many capitals here, but at least... Yeah, something's needed here. We also need to improve Egypt a bit further. And then we have to solve the big question of the Western Hemisphere here. Sevilla will be one big anchor point, of course. Or it will be Lisbon. I think Lisbon will only be a harborage level 7 later on, but Sevilla will get... Sevilla will get a capital. So let's push some growth here as well. And then we will need a capital over here, somewhere. Not sure which is the best harborage here. This one is minus 20%. Nothing. So I think it will be here, because this should be a river network as well. Yes, up here. So this one will be the center. Marseille or something nowadays. Avignon. So this one will be... What has gone on here? Something is off here. Something is bugging out there in the UI. So we're also going to push up growth here of the city. It has room, it has amenities 3, so that's all good. And we can get inwards from here. This one would be with Sevilla. Then we probably need a good, decent harbor here in Barcelona, which shouldn't be a problem because it has a decent city as well. So then this is fixed. This one will project inwards, and then we have just the question how we do North France, which we need to decide when we have all of that in place. Yeah, but now for the moment, we are super rich now, and we are almost fully reformed now. So in the next episode, we are going to crack down on the nobility. Their job here is done now. We just need to wait around 4 years. 5 years. Oh, they're making so much money now. 2.6 thousand income. They have 13k from dues. That's all gonna disappear in no time. We just have to get them below 70%. That's gonna be great. What we also could consider is cracking down on their farmland, giving that to the locals, the lower classes. That's gonna be helpful as well. But one thing after the other here. Yeah, and here I'm going to make a cut. See you in the next episode, where we will do exactly that. So leave a like and subscribe, and see you next time.